This is TWiT.
Let's do a call for help. That's what we should do. Javiera is on the line from San Diego. Hi, Javiera.
Hi.
Great to see you. Welcome to the show.
Oh, I love your Hello Kitties. Look at all those.
Oh my golly gosh.
Yeah.
How many do you? And then look, there's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and the Ghost from Ghostbusters. Wow. You've got quite a few.
My husband and I are collectors.
Oh, that's so cool. And then what is this over below the Hello Kitty ones? That's an interesting one.
Transformers.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry, we got caught
I got
up.
distracted, sorry.
It's easy. What can we do for you, Javiera?
Hi. So I recently got a new car, and I want to install a dash cam in it.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'm not sure which one I should go with. I know some people use GoPros for that function, but I want something that's a little sleeker and fire and forget. Something I'll start with the car, and I don't have to do a whole lot of data management with it. So
I think that's pronounced
your input.
Data. Just teasing. Megan thinks, crazily enough, that you could just get a mount for your phone.
Yeah.
And put it in the window.
Phone mounts. And then put your phone on there, get an app. There are lots of free apps, but everyone thinks this is crazy, and it might not be started.
Well, I'll give you a couple of problems. One, you're gonna have to plug into the cigarette lighter. It won't be It'll have to boot up. Well, maybe you unplug your phone, and you're gonna have to every time you get in the car put your phone in there. The other thing is, if there's sun shining in the window, the phone gets hot, and sometimes it will stop working. So there's just a whole bunch of issues. Fortunately, we have somebody smart. Knows more than Megan and I do about all of this. Thank goodness. And he's on the line with us right now. Rik Paul is here from the Wirecutter. Hi, Rik.
Hi, how you doing today?
This is like my Woody Allen moment, you know, when he's at Manhattan, he's waiting in line, and somebody's spouting off about Marshall McLuhan, and Woody says, well, I happen to have Marshall McLuhan right here. So we don't know anything about Javiera. We thought we'd get you an expert, and that is this guy right here. You're the one who reviewed all the dash cams, right, Rik?
Yes, we did a guide to dash cams in Wirecutter, and we looked at about 50 different models and tested 12 of them.
I hope you didn't drive the car like that.
Do you suggest using all 12 at once?
I didn't have that on the road like that. It was a bit of a task to get a photo of that while on the road.
I bet it was.
Pulled it off.
There are rules about what you can put in the windshield depending on your state, too, right? That's something to be aware of.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, there are some states that don't allow you to put anything on the windshield. California, you can only put it in the corner of the windshield. Right. So, yeah, you really have to kind of check your state regulations for that.
So one of the things I always loved about the Wirecutter, way back to when Brian started it, was we're going to pick the one. Right? We're going to make it easy for you. This is the one. So what's the one?
The one? Well, the one that we picked is, here, I have it right here. It's the Papago 535.
It's affordable, 130 bucks.
Mm-hmm. It's a solid little unit. It gets a sharp 1296 P resolution. Wow. Fairly wide field of view, but it's it's real affordable at $130. It's easy to use. It's a relatively small size, which is important too. So it was the one that had hit the sweet spot for us the most out of the 12 we tested. And
these cameras, for the most part, hook up into the cigarette lighter or the accessory adapter. Is that how they power themselves?
Yeah, pretty much they plug into the 12-volt outlet or the cigarette lighter, whatever you want to call it. Some of them can be hardwired if you want to go that route, and that then leaves your outlet free.
You go to an installer to do that, obviously.
When we tested, we use the cigarette lighter.
Yeah. And then how do they work? I mean, they're always shooting video, or they shoot video when you tell them to, or they have accelerometers and shoot video when there's a crash. What triggers video on these?
Well, if you most of the time, if you just set it up according to instructions, when you get in the car, turn on the car, and start going, it starts recording right away.
Okay.
So that's nice. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to remember to turn it on. Now you can turn it off if you want to. Often you have the option of turning on the sound or not. And then if they do have G sensors in them, so if there is an accident, you know, it will automatically trigger and it will save that section of video. And that's important because the video will keep looping. So it'll start overwriting when it runs out of room on the card. It'll start overwriting old footage. So by locking it in and by saving that crash video, that's you know, that's a good thing.
So does it record out and in, or is it just recording what you would see out on the road?
That depends on the model. We tested a variety of different ones. Most of them just look outward, but there are some that, you know, you can put a rear cam rear cam onto the rear window and see what's in back of you if you want to have your front and rear covered. Cool. And there's ones that have 2 cameras in one housing, so you're seeing forward. Plus, you can capture video of the interior of the car too, and that's great for ride for hire drivers, like, you know, taxi drivers, Lyft, you know, Uber, or anyone that wants to record what's going on inside the car.
Javiera, what do you want a camera for? I guess we should have asked that. What are you looking to do with your camera?
I just want a backup for security. I had a recent incident where some debris fell off of a truck and hit my windshield, and there was really no way to prove that which car it had come off of. That's a really good use for it. And I run into stuff, gardening equipment and stuff on the road. I've done that a couple of times. It would be really handy to have proof to give your insurance company, so you could say, well, this is what happened. It's not my fault. I like that. Of course, if somebody backs into you, they might say, oh no, you rear-ended me. This way you'd have video to prove that. I like this idea. So
what about price? I mean, that's an issue. We had someone in the chat room saying, oh, I got one on Amazon for $18. It works perfectly. You know, some of them are $50.
Your Papago is $130. You get 10 times more?
Yeah, no, it's I think if you get much under $100, you're kind of getting into the realm of you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, we saw some excellent dash cams in the 100 to 150 range. And like I said, the Papago is 130, and that's where you're going to get the sharp imagery, the good imagery, you know, got a good solid package, and that's really important. The image quality is ultra important in this because we saw a big difference in our testing of, for instance, the truck that, you know, dropped the load, Javier. You know, if you can't capture the license plate of that in sharp to be readable, you know, then it's not going to do you any good.
Very good point. Yeah. The Papago Go Safe 535. I saw $130 on Amazon, even less at Walmart. But before you rush off, stay tuned, because I have a new dash camera that I am very impressed with. Rik hasn't had a chance to see it. No one has. It just came out, called the Owl, and I'm going to give you a quick look at that as well. So that might be another one you want to think about. Rik, thank you so much for helping us. Rik is at the Wire Cutter, and of course, it's the first place I go. Now owned by the New York Times. Congratulations. For years, I've recommended it on the radio show every time. In fact, I'm not an expert on dash cams. I don't know anything about it, but fortunately, Rik's done the legwork. So I always say, well, I don't know, go read the Wire Cutter.
I go there for everything, not just the tech stuff, everything. I don't buy anything.
Housewares, all sorts of stuff now. Yeah. Thank you, Rik.
Glad to hear it.
And stick around if you want, because we'll be talking about the Owl in just a second. I'd love to get your opinion. And thank you, Javier. I hope that helps you.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Yeah, great to talk to you. I think it's a good idea. In fact, I'm thinking I should get one for my teenagers, my adult kids. It's a really useful thing. You see them all the time. Remember when that what was it, a comet, a meteorite that hit the lake in Russia? And there was a lot of video of it because it turns out everybody in Russia has a dashboard cam. I think they have a lot of head-on collisions. I don't know. But everybody, there's a lot of insurance disputes. I don't know. But for some reason, everybody has a dashboard cam. So there was all this video, which is pretty cool.
They should. We were talking about the Ring before and insurance. They should give you breaks on your insurance if you have a dash cam.
Because you can document what happened. Yeah.